Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, starting a brand new playthrough, and this time we're in 0.7.2.3, the newest unstable build. They put this one out, I think, in hopes of fixing a few bugs that were kind of being a pain in the arse with the Crafty Mike missions. So I'm going to work my way back through, and we're going to see how it all goes. But first of all, got to start somewhere. So we got our banged up little cab here, going to build them up a wee bit. And as I'm doing that, I would like to thank you for joining me. Yeah, I did a little bit of changes. I had to change some settings. But yeah, I'm glad you came. I hope you enjoy what you're about to see. And I always do want to say thank you, because I do super appreciate all the support you guys have thrown my way. From the likes, the comments, the subscriptions, and all that great stuff. And as I just kind of maybe hinted to, if you do like what you're about to see, or you have already seen, or you just know you're going to like it, throw a blue thumb under this, and comments too is always awesome. Even if you just want to say hello, it'd be awesome to hear from you. Or subscribe if you haven't. But ding the bell. That way you'll get notified when I have something new and hopefully cool for you to watch. And hopefully you'll enjoy it as much too. And on the other side of things, I do also want to just keep repeating it. That if you have some cool and original, a little celebration dance, yoo-hoo! If you have some cool and original text that you'd like a video made for, you can always go down to my link in the description for the Saturday Showcase auditions. And you can submit your in-game snapshots or save game to the Saturday Showcase. And I'll make the best dang video I can out of it, and hopefully we'll all have a ton of fun doing it. The last one I made, it was kind of a cool one, I thought, because, well, mainly I was trying some new stuff, and I added explosions. Extra ones. Extra big ones. Now, they weren't the best quality explosions. I only had what I could work with. I am going to maybe try and make some of my own, so they'll be a lot better quality next time. Or when I do get them made. It might take a bit. I don't know what it takes to make something good like that. But as you can see, I'm just kind of battling my way through here. And as I'm doing that, I do hope I see some cool and original text show up for the Saturday Showcase. Oh, I kind of half-assed it. The Saturday Showcase. Because, I think it's a pretty neat way for us all to share our creations and that. And, with multiplayer coming up soon-ish. I think they said within the first half of this year. So that's pretty dang good, I think. The Canaries are supposed to be getting a testing build at some point before that, so it'll be pretty neat. But what I was getting at is with all of us sharing our texts, we're helping each other get new ideas, helping each other with the problems that maybe we're having. And, I think that's going to help everybody enjoy the multiplayer even better. And the core game as it always has been. Because, we can help each other out, take the frustrations out of the builds, and look at that scaredy little cat. He's just shaking so bad the rock's shaking too. I'll get you, don't worry. Let me calm your mind, ease your fears. Yeah, he was just too stressed out. He went all to pieces. And this little thief, I'm not sure why they made him like this. Maybe it's because too many people were saying he got away from him, or it was a long chase or something, but it doesn't make sense. I think there should be at least one wheel at the back. One of those little stabilizer wheels or something. But he does give you a few good blocks. Like, look at this. That'll get me started on building up my design. And as for the design, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and recreate the one I had from the last two starting playthroughs that I did that bugged out on me. Because I did kind of like that idea. And I want to see where it ends up. Because I never know until it's already there. Because I don't plan nothing. Now, I know the developers have asked the question a few times on the streams, but I've never been on the stream in the chat when they've asked. I have a hell of a time catching that at the right time. But I do try and watch all the cool ones and that. Well, they're all pretty cool, but I like to watch them. But unfortunately, it's always after the fact. And I've heard the developers ask the question a few times if I plan any of these out, even like big monsters or anything like that. And the answer is, not at all. I think of my ideas, well, I guess I plan them a little bit, but it's all in my head. I don't write nothing down. How do you plan like that? For this? No, you gotta be, what the heck's the word? Spontaneous, creative, on-the-fly thinking. Because the way I build, my ideas can change. And if it's a really good idea, I'll throw 10, 12 hours of building away just to make this new idea work. So I don't like planning out too much. I find it wastes my time. But that's just the way I build. And as you can see, it kind of works for me. But I'm really used to it. So as I may have kind of hinted in the last episode or so, that I'm kind of racking up some serious amount of hours on this game. And those are just the ones that are logged into Steam. Not counting the ones I was playing on my buddy's computer before I got the game, and the ones where I've been playing offline, because last week I had horrible internet problems. After all my frustrations and that, it turns out the internet provider that I got might be a tad stupid, because they assumed that it would be technical, this and that, or my Bell's problem. And this is my stupid too, I didn't even think of it. But my Ethernet wire was crapped out. That's what was keeping my gaming tower offline for so long. So I switched some wires around, got myself back online, and now we're doing better. But I still gotta replace that wire though. I got one computer offline, off my network. I don't like that. But starting to get this thing built up pretty decent now, getting some fair firepower on her. Those drills are just for decoration mostly, but maybe they'll stop a few bullets from hitting me in my tenders. Tenders being batteries. Now you may notice there's a little bit of hitching in that, or lagging here and there, little stops and that in this video. Well, the reason for that is I didn't go and super edit this one. Normally I go and skip through it all minute by minute, and I cut all them out. Which is really nice. I do like it better, but for this one, I'm just going to leave it as stock as possible. I'm not going to speed up too much. I got a few spots because, I don't know, those crafty mic missions, they take like 2 or 3 minutes, and a lot of it, I'd like that to be part of the skip tutorial button eventually. Because honestly, I know how to build them now. I've played lots, I know what I'm doing, so I think that's one of the optional things that the more seasoned players or techologists should be able to skip past. But that's my preference, and I know that we have to keep in mind that there are new gamers, new people, or actually people new to the game, and maybe even brand new to gaming. Who knows? Maybe this game is for everybody. My little kids, they're like 7 and 10 now, but when they started playing, they were 5 and 9, or 5 and 8. And they had played a few games beforehand because, well, they are my kids. I kind of game it up a little bit. But even they had a few little troubles, and not to toot my own horn, but they didn't have any tutorials really in the game that were as effective as the ones we have now, so I ended up teaching them most of the stuff. As much as they'd listen anyway. They don't exactly want to hear everything I got to say because, you know, they're like me. They want to get enough knowledge to build what they want to build, and then they want to build. Worry about everything else after. Which is kind of a good way of doing it, so you don't overwhelm yourself with new things you've learned, and then you forget the, missions. And then you don't get overwhelmed and forget the important stuff you really started out wanting to learn. So I try and take my time, and I let them just get interested in learning the new things. And for me, I'm gonna learn something pretty new here. Yeah, I'm voicing it over, of course. But the nice thing I learned is, while I was going to pick up my resources, you notice anything different there? Just a little different. Want me to tell you? Notice that there's 5 things in that thimble collector? You used to only hold 3? I'm kind of liking that. Now if we could just get the developers to allow conveyors to feed collectors, only to put resources into them, not take them out, nothing like that. I don't want to try and have multiple versions of a silo. But if we could feed those collectors with a conveyor, we could load resources into them, while the receiver will take them out of a collector, right? Yeah, we could pass tech to tech, making multi-techs way better, way easier, and you wouldn't need some crazy contraption to drop blocks off the conveyors. Wouldn't have to alternate them, stagger them, whatever you want to call it, wouldn't have to do it. So that's my suggestion. I put it on the threads. Ooh, big burner, you ain't burning. Oh, back up, he's gonna burn you, man. Oh, knocked his torch out. But yeah, we definitely need something for that, because we used to be able to do it, and it was great. Like, I could make things work so nice, and they'd look good too. And now I gotta add in a whole extra design scheme just to get that to function right. Which, it's a challenge, but it's an unnecessary challenge. I don't think it should be so. I think we need a dropper block as well as being able to feed collectors from conveyors. But like I said, I don't want to pull nothing out of a collector with a conveyor. I don't want that much of the old system brought back. Just a few of the small options that would make multi-techs way nicer, way easier. Because in more missions. In a multi-tech, I don't want to have to drop a resource chunk inside it and then hope it gets picked up and not jammed into somewhere. That could just cause a whole bunch of unnecessary, clipping and maybe lag producing resources getting stuck in places. And I just like to keep it on the conveyors, into the collector, and then pass it to a receiver. I think that's a good idea. They used to have it, they should bring it back. Now, I know they're slowly getting talked into bringing ideas back, because I was reading on the forum there the other day, that they're thinking of if they can have it so we can anchor and re-anchor, or unanchor and re-anchor our bases. Well, of course it's possible. It used to be so. We used to have that. As long as you were close enough to the ground, like where you wanted to anchor, say, a solar gen, I could put it on my lowest point of my tech, and if it was within range of the ground, it would anchor. It was great. Easy to take advantage of, but was great. So, I don't know, maybe there's been some serious changes in the way things are done with the coding or whatever, the systems in the game, and now it is more difficult, but come on guys, at Payload, that would be awesome. But I think it needs some limitations. If you guys are hearing me, please bring back the re-anchor option, but limit it to something like you can only re-anchor a base once a day cycle or something. Because I know even I did it. When you could do it, you run up to an invader. Oh, he's big, he's bad. Oh, wow. Re-anchor, unlimited power. Unless it was night, then it kind of sucked nut. But you know what I'm saying? It can be cheap in some aspects if it doesn't have some kind of a limitation on it. So here's hoping. Also hoping for a dropper block and mobile scrapping. Those are my big wishes for this year. Is that we get them things back. Hopefully it doesn't take the whole year, but hopefully we just get them back. Is what I'm getting at. So we found our first crafty mite, and I got worried because look, it's on the side of a hill. What way is it going to want me to build was my worry. And if I remember right, I should be good. This was the first bug that kind of screwed me in one of my failed playthroughs of the last week or so. So far she's working nice. Yeah, I'm getting impatient. I just wanted to build. It's making me wait. Ooh, it's working nice. So far, the only real weirdness I've actually encountered was a little bit of the HUD flickering in that, but nothing too major. The missions so far have been spawning good. The enemies have been acting reasonable, I guess. And all in all, it's been an enjoyable playthrough. I made a heck of a run at her today, and I got farther than this, of course, but I got not as far as I wanted. I just kind of got the first mission or two of Hawkeye done. So that'll be the next video, as you can very well imagine. Now it's just up to me to make some money. Because as you can see, I ain't got none really. I got like just under $3,000. And I can see me dying at some point. There's been a lot more activity, I think, in this one. I've had a lot of, or more frequent enemy spawns around me. Like I stop, it'll start filling up. Like right there, I just got to this area, and there's already that sitting here. And who knows how many more is going to come in afterwards, you know? So this was another one I was getting worried. Look at that. Oh, it's building the right way. And yeah, these crafty mic ones, of course, you know, since I do kind of want to be able to skip them, I sped them up. Mike may be crafty, but he has nothing about speed in his name. Give me the good stuff. I want the good stuff. Hey, get back here. Get back here. Let me pick it up. What if it rolls too far? Okay, now we're building. Get some crafting going on here. The tutorial style. Oh, excuse me, that was a bad one. There's a bit of two things. So with Crafty Mike on his way here, I think I'm going to maybe follow suit. We're going to call this one right about in here. So if you did happen to like what you saw, you know, throw a blue thumb under this. Like the heck out of it, you know, it'd be awesome. Leave some comments down below. Even if it's just to say hello, you know, it'd be great to hear from you. And also, if you have a cool and original tech, don't forget about the Saturday Showcase, where you can take your in-game snapshots or your save game, like the one I just did was a save game, and you can post it on my link in the descriptions on the Terra Tech official forum, and I will make the best damn video out of it I can. The link you're looking for is the Saturday Showcase auditions, not the Reaper's Playground. The Reaper's Playground, that's where you find your finished videos when they're all done. And I will direct you to them. And if you haven't already, you know, subscribe. That way you can get in on all the newest and most cool Terra Tech stuff that I'm up to. As long as you ding the bell, that is. And if you haven't you have subscribed but didn't ding the bell, maybe rethink that. Because I'm always up to something. And when it's Terra Tech based, I kind of get excited about it, so I tend to have a variety of stuff that just about everyone should find something they like. So, you know, if you're just kind of getting to know my channel and that, you like the Terra Tech, or the Terra Techiness, maybe check out some of my older videos. They're maybe not as pretty to look at. The quality is a little less than these ones, but there are some awesome builds back there, especially the Monsters of Terra Tech playlist. That's like my pride and joy of my Terra Tech life so far. But until next time, everybody, keep being awesome and keep having a good one. Bye.